Hey, RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. It's fucking Friday, man. Felt like a long week this week at work. I like my job though. My job is pretty cool. It's decent. Um, I know a lot about airplanes. A lot of shit that the average person has no idea about. Uh, I would have never thought if you would have told me when I was like 20 years old that I was gonna learn a lot about all of the parts inside of an airplane, I would not believe you. I'd be like, what the fuck for? Well, what the fuck am I gonna get into where I would know that? So it's kind of crazy what life do to you when life do that unexpected shit to you. Life don't never go as planned, and people say that shit and it sound cliche, but it's the fucking truth. But it's kind of weird. Like you always think you know what it is you're gonna get into or what you want or what's gonna happen or where you're gonna be, and then shit just turn out like something. Uh, yeah, it's crazy. You know what's funny when you talk about in the idea of not necessarily a destiny, because I'm not quite sure if people are destined to do. I don't know. There's something about destiny or fate that seems like maybe you're not in control. But I know that we are co-authors to this shit. Uh, I know that. So I guess it's something about those ideas that either I need to clarify inside my head what that means, or maybe the terms are just useless. Fate and destiny. I'm not quite sure. I think what will happen is that there's a series of causes and effects that become so fitting inside of a narrative that you are building that you have to face the fact that you will come across crossroads in your life that would detour you from things that your life itself, as you've chosen, has been building up or gearing you up to either discover about yourself or the world or something. You see what I'm saying? So I think you co-author this fate, and then you could like ruin it or miss a golden opportunity to make it great, based on what it is that you've built for yourself, if you then miss the sign later in life or something like that. But I don't know, man. I don't think I'm clairvoyant. I don't know how I feel about that shit. But what I do know is that because I'm trying to be open-minded and not be so susceptible to things that cater to the human spirit. When you know you go soul search, they'll give you a lie to fulfill your natural inclinations to do the soul searching, and the whole time you could be living some bullshit lie, like some of this Christianity shit I don't rock with, or this idea that we're separate from God. I don't rock with that. All of that shit sound crazy to me. I think we are locked inside of an eternal stare into the eyes of the God that we're looking at. Because if it is everything, and you mean that, then it means that I cannot look away from it. Where would I be? Where would I be where it's not? If it's everything, this is the kind of stuff that won't allow you to go down a philosophical rabbit hole about what it is that we really dealing with in life, because religion puts you in a box. And when you come across questions and things like this that cause a little bit of controversy inside of your faith, they tell you don't question everything so much, or just have faith because God's got it covered. You don't got to understand everything. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to be using what the fuck it is that I have right here to find this God, and I think that I found it. I think that I cannot get away from it. That's how powerful it is that I can't get away from it. This idea of a separation from the great consciousnesses, I understand what it is that they could possibly mean, but they don't let you go deep enough to see what's really there. I don't believe in karma either. I've seen, you'd have to give me a broader definition of karma. Maybe there's a global karma or universal karma that can lose itself inside the microcosm of the human experience, but then will always manifest for a balance outside the universe in some way or another, possibly. But Idi Amin was a bad ruler, enacted some gun control that got his people fucked up. He caused a whole lot of ruckus and a whole lot of death. He escaped what he was supposed to get, what he had coming to him, by fleeing to another country, and then he fucking died peacefully. Never had to face none of that shit that he put Uganda through. I don't give a fuck about no what karma, man. What karma? What karma for who was the motherfucker that just, was it his Henry Kissinger? Did he die? Henry Kissinger died, didn't he? Fucking nasty fuck. He never had to face none of the shit that he did either. So I don't know what you talking about, no karma. See, I think that if you're honest in your observation and you try to place these things where they have the most opportunity to either prove themselves to be true or reveal to you a greater truth, then do that. But people don't like challenging what they think they already know or what they already feel. And thus, what do we have? A whole lot of fucking strong ass spiritual opinions about a lot of crazy shit. So I say all that to say this: I try not to give in to things, even when I feel like the world might be trying to tell me that. I'm going to need more proof than just one or two things that make me go, oh, I think this is real because of my personal shit. And then you try to project that into the whole world. What I think about my personal stuff that cannot be projected into the whole world and maintain its integrity as an idea, a philosophical or spiritual idea, I got to let it go, bro, because it ain't just me. It's a whole entire fucking universe and more out here. What I think about myself and my place here has to be universally true when I beam it out there or something's wrong. I could be under a delusion of some kind. There's got to be some consistency. So because of that, I recoil at just jumping down on things, even if I think personally I felt something and that must be the truth. And I don't think that I am clairvoyant, but there's two different things in my life that came from my childhood that echoed so much with no explanation of where it was coming from. That seemed to be like a premonition or a key to what direction I need to go once my life crosses a certain crossroads, because it will be pivotal in keeping me on the path that I had apparently been building this whole time. Don't lose that progress or lose the golden opportunity for you to be lost in what do I do now? Stay on the path that you created for yourself, and you're going to find the meaning in your life. That's what I feel like is going on. And one of these really strong premonition kind of a weird things that happened in my life. The other one I'm going to tell y'all in a documentary about my activism and stuff, because it's very critical to that. But all of this shit is one thing. I'm like Neo decoding the Matrix, bro. All I see is zeros and ones. Everything is related to me. That's why I seem to be so tangential. Because I still feel like I'm on topic. All this shit is the same thing to me. It's all related to a bigger picture. I'm always trying to tell the biggest picture, the biggest story that I possibly can. I can't lock myself in tunnel vision on just one thing. I always try to beam that shit out into every place that it can be challenged so I can see if it stays consistent. Then I know that I'm right. If you follow me with all of this shit that I'm saying right now. But there's one thing that happened to me throughout my childhood is that, first of all, I can draw pretty good, right? I could draw my whole life. I always did. It was always therapy. It was always something for me to do. It was my thing to stay inside to do before video games was such a big deal. I would stay inside when other kids might have been outside playing so that I could draw a picture. And I remember some days I would be on the fucking drawing marathon where it seemed like all day I was drawing picture after picture after picture. It's the beautiful thing about my childhood, man. I think that shit protected me and gave me some solace. It gave me some place to help balance, how rough it is being a kid. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Y'all just paint a self-portrait even if you've never drawn a picture in your fucking life. Don't care about the outcome. It don't have to look just like you. So fucking what? Do it. Get some paint and a canvas and a mirror and paint you a self-portrait, man. It's going to make you feel like something, man. It's a feeling, man. It's a good feeling, man. Just do it. Because you're going to inherently start thinking into your own fucking self just as much as you're looking into your own face trying to paint that shit for what it is that you see. You're going to fucking fall into your own eyes, man. You're going to fall into yourself when you do that. It's a fucking awesome thing. Paint a self-portrait, motherfuckers. It's therapy for you. But I used to always draw. I would draw X-Men comic book superheroes from the fucking comic book cards, from the comics. And if I couldn't make it look close enough to what it is that I was drawing, it would frustrate me. I would cry. I would ball pictures up and throw it. I would break pencils and shit. I would fucking rage like kids do on the game, but I would do that about the fucking drawing game. I'm drawing this shit, and I cannot make it look like exactly what it is that I'm looking at. It pissed me the fuck off. But then all of the other aggressions that I might have had as a kid would come out in all of that, and it was therapy, man. It gave me some place to act like that about where I wasn't hurting nobody. And then I was developing this eye for detail, which just kind of helped me later on in life, man, with what it is that I'm doing and with this gun rights activism. But something that I used to draw often, reoccurring, and I didn't know where it came from or why I was doing this, was that I would draw a 3D box with the flaps open to make it look like, the box was wide open. And then I would draw different objects that look like they were being thrown in a box. You know, you put the trail behind it, you know, like they do in the cartoons and shit to imply motion in the object. And it would be random objects, a basketball, a skull, a shooting star into the box, shit like that, right? And every time I would draw one of these boxes, I will try to make sure that I really didn't copy or duplicate objects that I was quote unquote throwing into these boxes. And I would draw these boxes with these objects being thrown into them multiple times throughout my childhood. I'm telling you, like, it's obsessive. It had to be 100. It had to be 100 times. And what's weird to me is that I never would have thought that I would work in the field that I work in, but I work for an aerospace company and I work in the shipping department where we ship airplane parts. It's like a legal, super official. It all goes to code and everything. But imagine like a chop shop for airplanes. That's basically what it is. Because just because an airplane is being sold to somebody doesn't mean, to a company or something, doesn't mean that it's not being bought and then sold for the parts. Because just like cars, the parts may prove to be more valuable than what the airplane was worth, depending on what's going on. And in the industry with Airbus and Boeing, they don't fuck with their airplanes after like 10 years. They move on. They make new models. They do different shit. They switch things up and make, you know, the necessary technological advances to the aircraft. But that doesn't mean that the old ones are no good. Airlines that are still flying those planes still need to fly that shit, especially if they made investments, you know, on the back end of this aerospace industry. They want to keep that shit up to code and in the air and flying the way they want to. They fuck with companies like us because we buy the airplanes and we overhaul the parts. Well, we get the parts overhauled with other places that we do business with, and then we sell the parts to airlines that need that particular part properly identified, overhauled to industry standards and all of that shit. And they need that shit. They get that from our company. And I work in the shipping department. And I worked there for like 11 years. So for 11 years, I've been throwing shit inside of boxes. For 11 years, I've been throwing shit inside of boxes. It's weird, because one of the objects, you know, when drawing these boxes, I clearly remember was an airplane. And I remember one of my friends saying that it looked like it was an airplane crashing into a building that looked like a box. And I was like, huh, that's funny. Strange, right? This is like simple strange shit. And I do not think I'm psychic. I'm not psychic. That wasn't no fucking September 11 prediction. No, it wasn't. Not at all. I never related to that, so don't think that. But it's just weird that he said that. But there was an airplane being flown into this fucking drawing of the box that I was doing. And sure enough, here I am 11 years at my job. That I've been, in 7 of those 11 years, I've been in the shipping department at my job, throwing shit inside of fucking boxes, man. So was this my childhood telling me this? I never understood where the drawings came from. I don't know what compelled me to do this and why I kept doing it over and over again. I don't know. It wasn't a one-off. Just weird. Just shit like that, man, where I gotta go, man, damn, is the universe... What is that? What the fuck is that, bruh? I don't know, man. Crazy shit. This the shit I think about. Yeah, yo, shout out to Cuzzo. Javier Gabos is gonna be in town tomorrow. Man, I need to go to him. We need to go to new places too. We just been lacking on this, man. But my life has just been so crazy. I just bought a house in December, and I ain't gonna front financially. It's something to deal with. The house is like I won't even say how many times more the mortgage is at this house than it was my last house. But it's up there. You got big boy responsibilities. It's kind of a nice house. It's spacious. It got some shit going on, and it ain't cheap. They make you give your life for the house, which I don't know how I feel about that. We pay for this rough life that we live with death. Why the fuck is everything in between so expensive? You know, it just seems crazy to me. And then you can get into the money thing, and then the government, and then I'll spin off over there if you want me to. Don't play with me. You know how I am, gentle. But yeah. So you know, we haven't been doing a whole lot of the traveling around and shit like that. I ain't been buying many guns lately and all of that shit. I got enough anyway. I don't need no more. But yeah, things been slowed down. Been taking it, you know, nice little pace. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be responsible and shit, not overdo shit. But me and Cuzzo need to get back out, and we still got opportunities to get down to some of these southern states that rock with the gun shit enough to let us do our thing. we can get down there, you know, November, December. We can still have an opportunity to branch out from Iowa and do a little bit of traveling like we have in the past. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, motherfucker, we gonna hit the streets tomorrow. Cuzzo gonna be in town, and we gonna get out here and do this open carry demo. Me and Cuz, we're gonna get out here and give some hugs and, you know what I'm saying, try and bring some shit to the attention of the public. If motherfuckers don't know that it's legal to open carry the way we do this shit, and y'all don't know that until y'all saw me, there's a little bit of a level of taunting that I'm gonna do to you as a grown ass fucking person who probably has strong emotional, social, and political opinions about gun ownership, and you don't even know where the fuck you live to know that this was even legal where you at. You too far out the loop for me to respect your opinion. This is what the problem is. People just do shit, man. People just feel like nobody thinks they're wrong. Nobody thinks that they're a bad person. And nobody thinks that what it is that they're wrong about is making them a bad person when they don't even want to be. But I'm telling you, if you support the idea of gun control and shit like that, have you even stopped, motherfucker, have you stopped to ask yourself that there was a total gun ban or a total assault weapons ban or a buyback, that what you are doing is taunting this country that you should know better about into a potential fight that'll create more gun violence victims than what the fuck it is you thought you was protecting. Because motherfuckers might fight out here. The ATF, they tweaking. The U.S. government, you can see back and forth when motherfuckers is trying to keep the gun rights the way they supposed to be. But like, you know, like I've been saying, like I've been trying to tell y'all, like, I'm controversial in my activism because even gun guys don't know how to take it. All these gun YouTubers and shit, even Coleon New Orleans, these motherfuckers, they get it, but they don't get it because they won't take the angle enough to take the sentiment seriously, so that you live the truth that you know is there. The Constitution set us up by taking something that's undebatable and putting it into an arena of debate so that we will accept the debate about it, even if we lose the debate about it. The way I just described that shit is just actually fucking true. And that might hurt the feelings and make people think, oh, no, well, the problem is, and you know, one of my guys, he made some good points. He said the problem is we didn't stand up and fight for the Constitution. And that it's our fault we didn't stand up and fight for it when we should have. And that's what the problem is. It's like, I feel that, but that's the underlining issue. First things first, we made it here to make them think that they should have the audacity to restrict our gun rights. And on the flip side, that shit actually worked a little bit because they can get some of us to stand down when we should have been fighting them, like you said, because of this illusion of authority. Which I have to credit the founding forefathers enough to say that something about this says that they expected for this to be temporary, but up for grabs at the very least, whenever the time comes, and then may good prevail. Maybe they did that, but for them to think that this was a bulletproof, ironclad, pun intended, ass fucking protection for the people from a tyrannical government, they didn't think that shit was ironclad. They had to have seen what it is that I see, or else they're not that smart. And y'all honor these motherfuckers like they are geniuses amongst fucking mere mortal men to be so fucking wise and they own fucking slaves and smoke the weed, grew the hemp. Shut the fuck up, man. All of the contradictions all over the place, because you can go to jail for acting like these founding forefathers. Live your life like they did, you're going to go to fucking jail in the land of the free. Now, did I say something that's untrue? Did I? I don't think I fucking did. I don't think I did. This is why I don't like people that don't like me. I instantly feel like not just insulted in myself, but insulted that I could be trying to reach. I could be reaching for more of the love and the freedom than your dear beloved fucking Lord and Savior government. Right in front of you, you can note, and you know that that's what I sound like. And you will go, I got to vote, bro, and I don't like the way you're talking about the Constitution. I think it's our fault, not the Constitution's fault. The Constitution said this and that, and the Bill of Rights and the block. Man, get the fuck out of here. We should have told them that this shit is so undebatable that they can find out what the fuck the gun control is when they are bold enough to come out here with the guns to talk to us about that shit like they willing to die for it. If they not going to die for the gun control, tell them they can't have it. Where is a debate in that? Where's their court date in that? Huh? Tell them if they want gun control, there's never a discussion. They got to come out here and say, hey, yo, we don't like, man, come shoot about it. If you told them to come shoot about it, they'd be way less likely to think that they can talk to you about it. Which one looks like it works best to offer the best protection for the freedom and the right, the natural right to keep and bear arms? Which one seems like it's going to work? Telling them that they got to fight us to get us to do anything about that shit because they can't tell us shit, or telling them that we'll meet them in court and we'll discuss it, and if we lose the debate, then maybe we should just be law-abiding citizens because God bless America and the cops' jobs is fucking difficult, and praise them just because they cops too, and let's go vote again, but we've been voting every 4 years for the most part for 250 years, and look at y'all crying like some bitches about where the country is. Did the vote protect you? Did the Constitution protect you? These are questions that got answers, and you know what the fucking answer is. Now you can shut the fuck up talking to me about no Constitution, about no fucking case, Coleon Noir. I rock with you, bro. I love you, man. Actually, I think you're doing good things, but the fact that you won't go far enough is the reason why you out there as popular as you are, and nothing's changing. Everybody's still bitching and complaining about what's going on. You're not doing nothing to create the change. You're a reporter. You're not a revolutionary, bro. You're a reporter, man. You are reporting. And you give your information through the internet, and then for the most part, you kind of keep to yourself, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I rock with him, though. I think he's necessary. He can talk to people that won't listen to me. He'll probably be able to talk to people that won't. He'll be able to talk to people that hear me and go, I can't talk to him because he's going to really just diffuse my entire fucking career. There are constitutional lawyers, cops, and political figures that will hear me say this stuff and have it be undeniable, and it would taint everything that they have done or will do in the rest of their fucking career, because they'd have to act like either they don't understand me or they have to go along to get along to never acknowledge me. I can ruin your career. I make your career feel offbeat to you. I will be like a fucking ghost haunting you if you're a constitutional lawyer and you hear me say fuck that Constitution in the way that I do. I think it set us up. And I think the only way out of it and where they want us to be is fight or lay down. They're not going to hit you with them saying fight or lay down until they get the gun control that makes sense. And then they'll use the gun control while telling you to lay the fuck down, to also make it look like your possession of the gun is reason for them to get on your ass because they told you not to do that too. Gun control don't got to be what it is that they can get us to go along with. That gun control will come with a little bit of, we're prepared to fight the ones who are trying to stand up against what we say. We're okay with that too, but gun control it will be. And then people are watching the same circus under the big top over here in good old USA. Y'all are watching it all happen again because you see Trump doing what it is that he does, where he's not completely wrong all the time, but when he is right, he seems to be. I think they want to make a superhero out of this dude. I think they want him to possibly get into office again, maybe, and then save us from the international bullshit, the border shit, and the economic shit, so that out of all of the shit that we've put him through, this country has put him through, and the media and shit, that they can get everybody to say, this motherfucker can't be denied, let him rock. Even the people that don't like him might have to look on later if he wins this election and say, damn, he's fixing it. Holy fuck, he's fixing it. Damn, he's going to look like the second coming of Jesus. And maybe that's the narrative that they want for him. But what I do know is nothing that they want is going to be stopped by an honest election by these same dumb motherfuckers who they felt the audacity to lie to you about the C-19 bullshit, all of this stuff, man. Stop playing with me. Have y'all forgot who y'all dealing with? I think y'all forgot who y'all talking to, who y'all talking about, and what y'all dealing with. I'm so tired of watching y'all like run full speed in this direction because you think that you're right and your heart is in the right place and you're politically aware and you know what to do, and then bam, when you run into a brick wall, you just fucking off into another direction with that same energy for no fucking reason, man. Lost in their game, man. Kamala Harris is doing all that shit, talking about an assault weapons ban and red flag laws and how she want that shit. Then she tried to backtrack during the fucking debate. That's why I didn't want to watch the debate, because I knew it would just piss me off and confirm what it is that I've always been saying. They're going to show right in front of y'all that they're so wishy-washy, immoral. You're probably a better human being than they are. I'm pretty sure there's some horrendous things that they are capable of doing that will give you nightmares that you would never do. I would almost want some of y'all to be in the place of them, because at least I can trust y'all. Because I can say they not bloodthirsty, or all of us are capable of the corruption, and that's a truth that if you recognize that, you will stop trusting them so much with all of your fucking soul and heart and your future of you and your kids and your grandkids. You trust them way too much when you watch them do the stupid shit right in front of you. When are any of them ever consistent? They can all be sexually blackmailed, I believe. Um, and if you can sexually blackmail somebody and then on the other give them a great reward, I think you can control the fuck out of people and they'll smile at you. They'll say, uh, I feel like people are like, if you take these politicians who are already flawed individuals to seek employment in behind government shit in this way, I think only bad people run to these things, and when you have them there, um, I think it's very easy to see that you can corrupt the fuck out of them. I think that if you can scare the fuck out of them and threaten their lives with killing them or blackmailing them, sexual deviances, they all got them. They're all weird like that, I think, and they some shady motherfuckers. And I think that if you scare the fuck out of them and threaten them, and then you reward them and make them great figures that'll never be forgotten, Kamala Harris will forever be remembered in the history of the world. That don't sound funny to y'all? Look how dumb this bitch is. They're never going to forget her, but they're going to forget in a couple generations. Your own family forget that you were here. Give it a couple generations. It'll be pictures, and that they'll never understand your true essence, really. Unless you do like me and you get on the fucking internet and shit and pour your heart out. Maybe there might be a digital copy of you that might live past what it is that you can really expect from a photo album and some obscure stories passed down from your kids to your grandkids to your great grandkids. Who knows how far that'll go? They'll forget about you. They're never going to forget about Kamala Harris. That's sad to me. She's an idiot. She's actually a bad person. She's kind of scary. But, you know, this is what y'all asked for. And y'all watching it happen again. Don't it look familiar? This don't look familiar to y'all? You know who else used to cackle like that? Hillary. That bitch. The murderer. The mass murderer. The child diddler bitch. I don't trust a goddamn thing about her. She's a shining example of how government and government employment provides the golden opportunity for bad people to do what they do and get away with it. It provides a cover, the best cover society has to offer for people like that. That's an accurate description of government. How can you either not know that until you heard me say it, or hear me say it and then move on with trusting them? Because you should go, oh man, the darkness inside these places will probably piss me off. How could I ever, even for a second, cast a vote that looks like I love them? As soon as their behaviors are questionable at all. Every vote looks like you love them. They don't know that you picking lesser of two evils, that you don't like this shit, or that you liked a whole bunch of posts on IG about government corruption and the fucking chemtrails and the blah blah blah. Motherfucker, if you vote, you look like you love them. Period. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. How is this shit still standing right here like this? I don't even understand how government's still standing, bruh. Y'all act like without them we would be lost, man. Without them we wouldn't have this fucking nuclear conflict looming over us, bro. Who else will ever gain that much power and resources to even create that if they could not hold you into slavery under a fucking illusion of authority? I just described them accurately again. And where am I falling apart when I do this shit? When I run down on them like that with these words? Where am I falling apart? Where am I losing? Where am I wrong? How can y'all live on? They discuss the fuck out of me every morning. I'm going, God damn, DC not on fire? The Vatican ain't on fire? London ain't on fire? Y'all crazy. Y'all the bitches that they say that y'all was. Now don't go do nothing. Now I'm not saying go do nothing. I'm just surprised. This looks like a film to me, like a movie script unfolding in front of me. And I thought the heroes would have been shooting shit by now. I'm just saying. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a gun today and stop being a bitch, bro. Me and Cuz gonna be outside tomorrow with the guns and the hugs, showing you how it's done. Bring the love first and then give smoke to whoever want it. I don't know what the fuck else y'all ever expected in life from a grown ass fucking man. I don't need no written paper to tell me nothing. My nature is screaming. Defend my life and hurt no one, but take no shit. I don't know, man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, bro? Life is really like it's that smooth like that. They ain't that hard to understand, bro. Am I asking too much to be left alone? Kiss my dick. RPM in this bitch.